In Python, like in many C-based programming languages, we can use the while statement to repeat execution until an expression becomes false. Here's the general form of the while statement. Note that the else clause is optional, so you can skip it and write while expression and then the code block. The code that belongs to the while clause gets repeatedly executed as long as the expression is true. In other words, the while loop tests a conditional expression and runs the body of the loop while the condition remains true. Let's use the while statement in our login program to make it ask the user for credentials until the login succeeds. We'll implement the logic in the form while login not successful, keep asking for username and password. Alright, start VS Code and open the login.py file if you don't have it open already. We're going to remove all the code up to line 11. Next, implement the while loop. It tests the conditional statement that follows the while keyword. In our case, we want to check if the login failed. If the login function returns false, meaning that the login failed, the condition login equals false evaluates to false equals false, which is true. The expression login equals false may look counterintuitive at first, but it's actually like saying, did the login fail? And if the response is yes, the login failed, then we proceed with the loop's code. The loop's body consists of 3 statements. First, I print a warning message telling the user that the login failed and he should re-enter his credentials. Then, we ask for the username and password using the input function. Basically, we repeat this sequence. After executing these statements, we jump back to the start of the while loop and check the login equals false condition again. This happens over and over again until login equals false evaluates to false. When does this occur? When the login function returns true. That is, when the condition becomes true equals false, which is false. Thus, the while loop will exit if the user enters the right credentials, admin and 1234 for password. The code that follows the while statement gets executed next. Let's add the success message after the while loop. Alright, let's try it out. I enter wrong credentials, Michael and office. Login failed, re-enter your credentials, and we're prompted again. Now, how about Dwight, password 1x2y. And now I enter the right credentials. Login successful. The program keeps asking for the right credentials until login returns true. After 2 failed attempts, I entered the correct username and password, and the login succeeded. Nice, but not perfect, as we'll see shortly.